What's baking, you guys? Welcome back to Bake with Shivesh and my self-isolation slash quarantine slash lockdown baking series, जहाँ पर मैं vlog करके आपके साथ share करता हूँ कुछ बहुत simple recipes that you can make in your own kitchen with a few ingredients. So आज की रेसिपी बहुत सिंपल है. I'm making a vanilla tea cake that I'm going to make without eggs, without using my oven and only with 5 ingredients जो कि बहुत basic है and I'm sure you already have them in your kitchen even in this lockdown period. So let's get started. But before we dive into the recipe, please do subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so that every time I share a recipe like this, you can be the first one to watch. For this recipe, you need 300 grams of biscuits, any glucose biscuits. I had Parle-G, so I'm using that. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a cup of sugar. You also need 1 full cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and an optional 1/4 cup of walnuts. We'll kick things off by putting the Parle-G biscuits into a jar of a food processor. I like to roughly break them up before I put them in. Time to go in with the sugar. I'm using a super fine sugar here, but you could use a granulated sugar or an icing sugar, whatever you have at hand. So what we need to do here is to process the biscuits and the sugar in a food processor until the biscuits completely break up. Make sure there are no large or small chunks and it's an even mixture that looks like this. Once the biscuits are processed properly, I'm going to shift them into a glass bowl. Very simple. Now add the baking powder to the biscuit crumbs and just mix it in so that it's evenly distributed. Time to add in that 1 full cup of milk and then just combine it with the biscuit crumbs. This honestly is my favorite part of making this cake because it's just so much fun to combine both of these ingredients and see the batter come together so beautifully. You need to just keep mixing this together until the batter is nice and smooth. Now add in that 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now throw in the walnuts and it's completely optional and the cake would taste equally amazing even without them. I just like how they add a little bit of crunch to my cake. So I'm going to use this 4-inch round pan to bake the cake, but before that I'll use a pastry brush to generously brush it with some vegetable oil. You could also use melted butter to ensure that the cake doesn't stick to the pan, and to be extra sure I'm also going to use some parchment paper. So I'm going to make this cake in a pressure cooker, but you don't need any salt or anything of that sort. You only need a wire rack or an inverted plate, anything that would ensure that the bottom of your cooker doesn't come in touch with the baking pan that we'll be putting in later. So first things first, you need to preheat the cooker with the wire rack in it. Close the lid and place it on medium heat if you're using an induction like me, or in medium flame if you're using a stove. Remove the whistle and let it heat for 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes, my cooker is now hot. I've placed the baking pan inside the cooker. I'll put the lid back on and now cook it for 45 to 50 minutes or until a skewer inserted in the center comes out clean. So my cake has been in the cooker for 50 minutes and it looks done now. I'm going to very carefully pull it out of the cooker because both the cooker and the pan are hot, and I'll let the cake cool completely. So my cake has cooled completely. Finally, I can hardly wait. I'll quickly release the edges using a knife and then pull it out of the pan. And this is the moment of truth, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and that you liked the 5 ingredient vanilla cake. इसे घर पे बनाएंगे तो do share pictures with me on Instagram at Shivesh17. And if you enjoyed watching today's video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll come back to you guys with another recipe very soon. Until then, happy baking and take care. तो मम्मी ने ऑलमोस्ट केक डिमोलिश कर दिया है.
सीरियसली यमी 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 सुपर यमी बहुत ही टेस्टी है, मजा आ गया.